Hello. Hi, guys. Hello. Um, does the mic sound okay? Let me know if the mic sounds all right. Super sorry for the scuffed setup. Uh, Chat very quickly. Does it sound okay? Yeah, everyone can hear me fine. Okay, perfect. Thank you, guys. Hello. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone is doing okay today. Um, yeah, well, I'm gonna explain a little bit about what this stream is about. And yeah, so today I wanted to come on here and talk about a lot of things. I used to do these streams in Spanish because I'm most comfortable speaking Spanish, and I find it easier to find a better choice of words uh, because I am Mexican and I was born and raised in Mexico. Unfortunately, a lot of people did not like that I was doing these announcements in Spanish. And also, a lot of people did end up mistranslating a lot of things that I would say. So I'm going to be doing it in English today to avoid any confusion. So I'm sorry if I lack the right words or the right terms for certain things. Yeah. So before getting started, I do want to preface this obligatorily by saying that no, QSMP is not going to close. QSMP is going to continue. I say this because with everything I am about to say, I know, like with many other instances, the first thing people will say is that it's closing down and it's done. And I just want to clarify that's not the case at all. I simply want to talk about and address a lot of different things. Uh, just a reminder, too, please don't clip things out of context, or at least provide the context, because there's a lot that I'm going to be saying. And so, yeah, and please watch the entire thing if you can. Um, so, I want to start off by saying that USMP is literally one of the coolest projects I've ever had the privilege of running. But it's also brought me a lot of the toughest experiences, some of which I will get into in later. In essence, this is my very first project that I'm the face of, that I do. And I've learned a lot of different things from the space and from the experience that I've had with the project. And for the first time, I want to be very open about a lot of things that I otherwise wouldn't necessarily speak about. So yeah, starting off, I want to say from this moment forward, I am stepping away from the QSMP. And from this moment on, I am no longer a part of the administration of QSMP. The reason for this and the reason for this choice is not easy. It's kind of scary, and it has affected me pretty personally. This has gone to the point where people are openly posting my docs on Twitter, and these tweets are getting thousands of likes. Not only this, it's being actively justified to post my private information online because it is said that I am a creator and I chose to be in the public space. This to me is pretty scary. I'm sure there's a large cultural difference when it comes to creators' private information, but this is not okay in the US because the US has a long history of swatting and creators being killed because of swatting. So, yeah, you can find this information, but openly posting it on Twitter and having it pop up on the timelines of people who never seek this information to begin with, it's very dangerous, and it has become dangerous. This has especially gotten pretty scary because since 2 days ago, since it started happening, I've had an email sent to me with death threats, and people send me pictures of being close to the location I'm in. And that is terrifying when people are actively and openly justifying it. Um, to the point where it's gone this heavy, I don't physically feel safe anymore. And to see it get this bad and to be targeted like this, to me, it is my limit. So that's why I'm stepping away from being the face of this project. Having said this, I understand and I know that a lot of people don't agree with the way I do things, and that's okay to disagree. But I want to share a little more about myself because I have an audience, but there are people who don't know me much at all. So I'm gonna be a bit more open and a bit more vulnerable than I'm used to. Um, to start off, I want to say that I am an incredibly private person. 90% of my career has happened behind the scenes because I keep everything I do privately. I've had disagreements and serious conversations with people, always in private, because I believe that that's the most professional and respectful way to do it. Since QSMP began, though, um, this definitely has resonated badly with people who had never seen my content before and had no idea who I was before the QSMP. So a lot of people have interpreted my privateness as being shady or not being transparent. The reality is, this is how I've been all my life. I've even had internet friends in the past get angry at me for not being as open as they were. But in reality, that's just how I consider things should be handled. Because there's never been anything more important to me in my career than the distinction between my personal life and my work life. And I really hope you guys can understand this part. Uh, Now, in terms of my work life, USMP has taught me a lot of things. More specifically, how to handle a large scale project like this. I need to remind everyone that I'm not some super smart manager. I don't have lifetime experience of running projects this big, let alone really any projects. This is my very first project ever. And there has been a lot that I've learned from my mistakes throughout this time, including delegating a lot of administrative decisions to people I shouldn't have trusted. And I just want to thank everyone who has been patient with me throughout these mistakes that I've been making, because I have made a few. One of the situations that occurred was a few months ago. The Brazil community was being the target of a lot of xenophobia. Situations like these are not things I was ready to handle. And instead of acknowledging specifically at that moment what the Brazilian community was going through, I made a general statement that condemned all the xenophobia and all the communities that had experienced it. I do believe I should have been more specific on this matter instead of generalizing it. Because even though all communities have suffered from xenophobia, I definitely could have been more specific on my stance and more specific in this particular case, that it was the receiving end was a community from Brazil. So I apologize if I wasn't firm enough on this. Another situation that came up regarding the team behind QSMP and a lot of different concerns that were being had that came up over a month ago. I just want to clarify that that was a situation that I was very ready to handle privately, and it was brought to me privately a day before, and I was more than happy to hear out concerns regarding it. But the day I was about to handle the situation, it went public for no reason. I ended up finding out that I was also being screwed over, and it became something jurisdictional. It has become something jurisdictional, and because of that, it would be incredibly irresponsible for me to go out and discuss it openly in public. That being said, as well, I want to clarify a recent accusation that was made, which was the involvement in the project of someone that has nothing to do with it. That is not true, and I want to make that clear. Please be careful with the information that you choose to believe or choose to openly spread. Please be aware of where it comes from or what intentions it might be with. The reality is, these matters are being handled by the appropriate authorities, not with a tweet longer or with 10 streams of me talking about it. So I apologize if moving forward I don't say much about this, but it's because I can't. It's not excuses. It's not ignoring it. I literally can't. They're already being handled, like I said, by the appropriate authorities. So I cannot say anything. So moving forward, I hope you guys can understand that part. I just want to say that I want to end this off by saying how much I love the project, how much I love the QSMP. I've worked a lot on this project. I've worked very hard on this project. So to see some pretty big misconceptions really thrown around about me, um, things like saying that I purposefully put my stories on top of others' creators, or that I get involved in other creators' lores forcefully. This is not true. Any lore or any matter like that, I've always talked with the creators before doing anything together, like big plot twists and explosions. I've always communicated with the creators privately about their lores. So please keep in mind that none of us hate each other. Please keep this in mind. None of us hate each other, and I ask people to please stop making theories that are just there to create tension between friends. I want to make that part really clear. Um, Being told that also that I have zero passion and zero creative involvement in the QSMP kind of hurts too, because it's not true. QSMP has been quite literally the only thing on my mind this past year. And I'd love to even show you guys at one point a notebook I have of all the details of QSMP, the purgatory events, the elections, all the dynamics. It's truly a project that I love and care for so deeply. There hasn't been a single QSMP event that has been done without my creative input, and I just really need to make that part clear. So that being said, I know a lot of people are gonna have the question of what is next for the QSMP. So moving forward, I do want to let everyone know that this past month has been dedicated solely to restructuring the team behind the server. Sorry if there hasn't been many updates. I remain very committed to making sure that these changes happened, and you guys will see them very soon. There has definitely been action taken behind the scenes as well. And a month ago, I wouldn't even think about leaving the team in those conditions. But today, I'm very confident in the team behind the project right now, because the team right now absolutely loves the QSMP. They have so much passion for it. They absolutely love the project. I will still be joining the server and playing in the future, but I'm no longer remaining in the administrative part of the project moving forward. So yeah, I want to thank everyone for being patient and for being understanding. This year, I've had to make a lot of difficult choices I've never really been mentally or physically prepared for. Situations that have literally brought me to tears, and I don't share this side of me ever. But just because I don't share it doesn't make me any less human. I believe me, I feel everything everyone says. I'm a very sensitive person, but I hear everything everyone says. And there's always been action taken in regards to things. So yeah, I just wanted to clear all this up. Thank you so much to those who did understand the immediate dangers of doxing. Again, it was a pretty difficult choice to make, but being under the threat of physical harm, yeah, it did not it was difficult. It was difficult. Given all this, there's a lot of projects that I was working on that I put on hold to do QSMP, but I'm gonna be taking this next step and continue doing everything I've been working on. I just want to tell you guys that QSMP is a really incredible project. The effect it's had on a lot of people, and I hope everyone can continue to enjoy it. Keep supporting everyone involved in it. Rest assured that I've left it in very good hands. I've left it in the hands of a very caring team. There's a lot that was prepared, even with the current team, and yeah, I really hope you guys can watch and enjoy it. Thank you again for showing so much passion for the project. Thank you for all the love and all the experiences with the project. Once again, clarifying, QSMP will continue, but I will be stepping back. So yeah, I wanted to clarify those things. Thank you guys for listening. Gracias por estar. Los quiero un chingo. And yeah, bye guys. I appreciate you guys listening. Thank you. Have a good day.